The WWE Universe was left reeling after a shocking and jaw-dropping turn of events that unfolded in a chaotic post-match assault, leaving fans on the edge of their seats. It was supposed to be a routine celebration after Damage CTRL's hard-fought victory on SmackDown, but things quickly spiraled into chaos, with two of WWE's most dominant women, Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez, finding themselves in an unexpected and violent confrontation that no one could have predicted. What followed was a shocking betrayal, an unrelenting assault, and a dramatic shift in the power dynamics of WWE's women's division. The assault was brutal and chaotic. Raquel, known for her raw strength, tossed Dakota Kai around like a rag doll, while Liv Morgan, with a sinister edge, targeted Io Sky with vicious strikes that hinted at a darker side we hadn't seen in months. Bayley tried to intervene, but was quickly overpowered, and it was clear that Damage CTRL was being dismantled. Just when it seemed like the assault couldn't get any worse, Rhea Ripley, the dominant women's world champion, stormed onto the scene, determined to restore order. Rhea Ripley, with her fierce and unyielding attitude, had been embroiled in weeks of tension with Morgan and Rodriguez. She saw this as the perfect opportunity to step in and defend the integrity of WWE's women's division. The WWE Universe erupted as Ripley charged into the chaos, ready to take on both Morgan and Rodriguez. Liv Morgan's eyes widened as she saw Ripley approach, but Raquel Rodriguez, towering over Ripley, seemed ready to challenge the champion. Ripley, undeterred, stepped forward, delivering a fierce warning to the duo, shouting, "Enough of this nonsense. If you want a fight, you've got it, but not like this. Not when you're taking out the entire roster like a bunch of cowards." The crowd roared, sensing the impending showdown. But just when it seemed that Ripley would take control of the situation, something unexpected happened. Raquel Rodriguez, with her unrelenting nature and immense strength, launched herself at Ripley. She caught the champion off guard, taking her down with a powerful strike. The arena went silent in disbelief as Raquel, who had once been seen as a powerhouse of good, turned on Ripley in one of the most shocking heel turns in recent history. Raquel Rodriguez, seething with fury, began to pummel Ripley with brutal knee strikes, showing no mercy. Liv Morgan, standing by her side, appeared almost amused, watching the destruction unfold. The attack was methodical, calculated, and unrelenting, as Raquel unleashed her strength on the helpless Ripley. The champion, despite her resilience, was clearly overwhelmed by Raquel's fury. Raquel slammed Ripley's back against the steel steps, leaving the champion gasping for air. Liv Morgan, ever the opportunist, exchanged a few words of encouragement to Raquel, making it clear that this attack was a well-coordinated, planned assault. As Ripley struggled to fight back, the WWE Universe was left speechless. This wasn't just a random attack. It was a statement. Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan weren't just targeting Ripley. They were taking control of the women's division, and they were doing it with brutal force. WWE officials quickly rushed to separate Raquel Rodriguez and Rhea Ripley, pulling the two women apart as medical staff surrounded the fallen champion. Ripley lay motionless on the floor, clearly injured from the assault. Fans flooded social media with messages of support for Ripley, expressing their shock and anger at Raquel and Liv's actions. Hashtags like #Justice for Rhea and #Eradicator Forever began trending, with the WWE Universe divided on whether Raquel's move was a calculated genius or an unacceptable act of betrayal. Raquel and Liv, meanwhile, stood to the side, exchanging cold, emotionless glances. The damage had been done. Ripley had been incapacitated, and for now they had control of the narrative. But what would happen next? Could Ripley recover? And what did this mean for Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez? The rise of Ripley to become the Eradicator and one of the most dominant women's champions in recent history might have overshadowed Raquel's aspirations. Perhaps the attack was fueled by jealousy or a feeling of being overlooked. After all, Raquel had worked hard, building her reputation as a powerhouse in the division, yet it seemed that Ripley was always the one getting the spotlight. This attack, then, could be a response to that perceived injustice, a way for Raquel to declare that she would no longer be content playing second fiddle. Alternatively, Raquel's attack on Ripley may have been a calculated move to establish herself, alongside Liv Morgan, as the dominant force in the women's division. Raquel and Liv's alliance, which seemed unassuming at first, has now evolved into a partnership aimed at taking over WWE's women's scene. The duo's brutal assault on Ripley wasn't just about sending a message to the champion. It was about asserting control over the division as a whole. Raquel, who has always been known for her incredible strength, may have recognized that the time had come for her to step up and stake her claim to the top. By attacking Ripley, Raquel wasn't just taking down the champion, she was trying to solidify herself as the new face of the women's division. In teaming up with Liv Morgan, she made it clear that she wasn't just an individual powerhouse anymore. She was part of a dangerous, calculated force ready to dominate. The attack on Ripley has sparked fierce reactions from the WWE Universe. Fans have been quick to pick sides, with many applauding Raquel and Liv for their boldness and the dramatic shake-up they've caused in the women's division. Some argue that the division needed a change, and Raquel's aggression, alongside Liv's unpredictable nature, is exactly what the women's scene needed. These fans see the attack as a sign of strength, a necessary disruption in an otherwise predictable landscape. On the other hand, many fans are outraged by Raquel and Liv's actions, labeling them as cowardly and underhanded. The assault on Ripley, who had been fighting for the integrity of the division, was seen by some as a low blow, an attack that crossed the line of decency. Fans who have supported Ripley's reign as champion have been vocal in their anger, calling for justice and demanding that Raquel and Liv face consequences for their actions. Despite the brutal nature of the attack, Rhea Ripley has refused to back down. In a backstage interview, Ripley made it clear that she wasn't finished with either Liv Morgan or Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel Rodriguez thinks she's made a statement, Ripley said, her voice full of intensity. Well, here's mine. I don't back down. She'd better be ready for the storm that's coming her way, because when I'm done, there won't be anything left of her or Liv Morgan. Ripley's defiance resonated deeply with her fans. She has long been known for her resilience and fighting spirit, and her response to this attack was no different. Ripley's words promise that the war between her and Raquel, now deeply personal, will only escalate. The champion is clearly not intimidated and is ready to fight back, no matter the odds. The attack on Rhea Ripley marks a pivotal moment in the WWE Women's division. Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan have made their intentions clear. They are no longer content with the sidelines. They are here to take control, and they are willing to do whatever it takes to get there. Meanwhile, Rhea Ripley has shown that she won't back down from any challenge, and her quest for vengeance promises to be explosive. With Survivor Series just around the corner, the stakes have never been higher. Will Rhea Ripley get her revenge? Will this lead to a multi-woman match between the rivals? Or will the feud escalate even further, reshaping the entire women's division in WWE? The fallout from this attack is far from over, and the WWE Universe is waiting to see what happens next. One thing is certain. This rivalry is set to define the future of WWE's women's division for months to come. Ripley's words sent a chill down the spine of the WWE Universe. She had been through countless battles and had earned her reputation as one of the toughest women in WWE, and her response made it clear she wasn't going to let this betrayal go unanswered. The burning question now is, what's next? Will Rhea Ripley get her revenge? Will this attack evolve into a full-blown feud that will define the future of the women's division? Could we see a multi-woman match at Survivor Series featuring Ripley, Liv, Raquel, and Damage CTRL? Or will the rivalry escalate even further into something more personal and destructive? One thing is for sure, the events of this chaotic and brutal night have changed the course of the women's division. Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan have revealed their true colors to the world, and the fallout from their actions is only just beginning. For Rhea Ripley, this isn't the end. It's just the beginning of a new chapter in her reign as the eradicator of WWE, and she's more determined than ever to reclaim her position at the top of the women's division. The WWE Universe is on the edge of their seats, waiting to see what happens next. This is far from over, and with Survivor Series just around the corner, the stakes have never been higher. Stay tuned as the fallout from this shocking betrayal continues to unfold. What will happen when Rhea Ripley returns to settle the score? Only time will tell.